Welcome back. This is part 2 of my vintage Coach carrier bag rehab. Go back and watch part 1 if you want to see the full journey of this bag's rehab. As a reminder, this is where we started and this is where we left off in part 2. The bag is being cleaned, reshaped, and we've already treated it with its first couple rounds of moisturizer. The bag has been thoroughly dried, and I want to address one of the issues that I found while I was working on it in part 1, which is that the zipper tape has come loose from the seam that it's supposed to be stitched into. It could be that it was not caught properly when all the layers were being stitched together and someone didn't notice, but either way, I'm going to use some leathercraft glue to secure it back in between the layers of leather that it should have been when it was stitched. I put a little bit of glue onto my spatula and I just go very carefully by hand, wedging it in there and making sure that the zipper tape gets up into that seam as well as far as I can without opening up the seam, wedging it in little by little. And then I'm going to put something on this to weigh it down while it dries and make sure that it dries securely. While that's going on, I'm going to tackle another issue the bag has, which is a lot of color loss in really typical areas like the binding and the areas where the bag gets a lot of exposure to the outside world. And I'm going to use one of my favorite products, which is this leather recoloring balm from Furniture Clinic. A lot of people in the Coach rehab community will say, oh, just use leather CPR, do various coats of that, or use a product like BlackRock, which darkens the leather slightly with each application. And those can be solutions depending on the amount of color loss that you have. But I find when there's a significant amount of color loss, these recoloring balms really do the job well, and most people can't even tell that any recoloring balm has been used on the bag. My feeling is that recoloring balms for leather have gotten a bad reputation because in the past, the leather product technology wasn't there yet, and a lot of people were probably using a recoloring balm that was formulated for shoes on handbags with disastrous results. But this product is quite modern and new and works really, really well. Want to make sure that your product is formulated for handbags and for absorbable or semi-absorbable leathers like the leathers found on vintage Coach bags. You can see here that I've moved on to applying the leather protection cream. This is what keeps the pigment in the recoloring balm from rubbing off on your skin or your clothing when you're wearing the bag later on. Product sinks into the areas of the bag where the color has come off, the finish has come off, and really blends in very nicely. It's not opaque, it's not heavy, and it doesn't leave any kind of waxy film or residue on the leather itself. A lot of the extra comes off, as you can see on my cotton swab, as I'm applying the protection cream. And it's this step that seals in the product and keeps it, again, from getting on any customer or person who owns the bag and uses it after. Remember, I am primarily a fashion reseller. I am flipping these bags online, and I wouldn't have much of a business if my customers kept returning bags that I sold to them because they were having problems with the pigment coming off on them. If you are looking to flip a bag or restore a bag to flip, I highly recommend restoring any color loss that you see on the bag because it improves the overall look of the bag, which adds value back to the bag. And people really consider the condition of bags heavily when they are shopping for them, and I do as well when I'm pricing my bags. Obviously, bags that are in better condition will go for more money. Bags that have problems or flaws will go for less money. You can see here how well this is looking already, and here's a side-by-side comparison between the two front pockets. I'll repeat the process on the other pocket and we'll get a very smooth and even color finish when I'm done. Now that vintage Coach bags have really blown up on the internet, people think if they find any vintage Coach bag, it's automatically super valuable, when the reality is that the condition of the bag really matters when you're pricing, as well as how old it is. Older bags will be more valuable, newer bags will be less valuable. But also, value is subjective. An older bag might be more valuable to a collector, while someone who is more newly initiated into vintage Coach might actually value a Y2K or even a modern Coach bag more. But one thing I can say with confidence is that bags that are in better condition and that look better will always command a higher price in the market. You can see that I've moved on to my finishing product, which is BlackRock. I really like this as a last step. I've seen some other people restoring vintage Coach and immediately going to this product. I like this as a last step because it does have a little bit of a waxy film to it, and it takes a long time to really sink into the leather. So after I apply it, I wait about a day or so before brushing out my bags again. As you can see here, I actually do this quite a bit in the process, but I only filmed it this one time. Here we're adding back our hardware. Now that we've done that, let's get the grommets back on. Now it's really coming together. It's really looking like a finished, restored bag. Finishing touches, don't forget the inside of your bag, the hanging pockets, anywhere where there's binding on the underside of edges and things. You really want to make sure you get all the bindings on your bag because they do get a lot of wear and they dry out the quickest just from being stretched around the edges of the leather. Tabs, handles, straps, they also deserve a little bit extra black rock because it adds some protection and moisturization to the areas. Again, they get the most handling and traffic on the bag. Make sure you let the leather rest between applications because it does take time for the leather to absorb products, and that changes how the leather looks. And as a reminder, this is where we started. Dried out, deflated, lost its shape, lots of color loss all over the bag. And here's where we ended up. She's practically glowing, completely moisturized and restored. And my goal with these restorations is always to get the bag looking as close as possible to how it did on day one in the store. Now she's ready for a new owner and a second life out in circulation. Let me know what you think of this restoration, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy thrifting!